Open your Bibles with us to Matthew the 16th chapter and the 17th verse. Amen. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I'll build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give thee the keys to the kingdom of heaven. And whatever thou bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. There are many things that we observed as we studied the life of Abraham and how Abraham became the father of faith. We understand that he was in a covenant with God, and God made a covenant with him. We understand that at the pinnacle of the story, Abraham's faith is established as strong faith, as faith that now was not shattered or shaken by unbelief, or by the frailty of his own body, neither the frailty of Sarah's womb, but he believed God. And yet, we understand that he came to this pinnacle or this place. And hear me for a few minutes this morning. It is important for you to listen to what I'm saying. He came to this place or this pinnacle because of some very practical things that he were able to do that we need to recognize and understand today. Number one, his commitment to God's process. His commitment to God's process. That's number two, his obedience to God's instruction. His obedience to God's instruction. And number three, the experience he obtained out of those two, commitment and obedience, that brought him to a place of revelation in God. So the text, unlike what many of us think and have seen in the past, does not focus on the factors or the failures or frailties of Abraham more than they focus on the fact that he was committed to a process, that his obedience to God's instruction and the experience that he had out of his commitment and obedience brought him into an experience that gave him a revelation of God. Now, why is this important? Because many of us want to focus on Abraham's failures, but when you look at the text, in spite of his failures, he stayed committed to God's process. Would you touch your neighbor and say, I know you got some failures, but stay committed to God's process. See, that's what we lack today, commitment. Everybody say commitment. No, shout commitment. See, this is what we lack in our society, in our families, in our churches, in our organizations, in our businesses, in our corporations, commitment. He was not perfect, but he stayed committed to a process. In the midst of his imperfections, he stayed committed. Number two, he stayed obedient to instruction. And so in spite of his failures, craziness, his issues, he stayed obedient to the instruction that he received from God. And this gave him great experience, because you can't have experience unless you are applicable to having commitment and obedience to God. So think about it from this perspective. Most of us don't realize that the issue that we are facing is the lack of commitment and the lack of obedience. If I've got issues, if I got failures, if I got flaws, if I'm jacked up, messed up, tore up from the floor up, the solution to that problem is to engage in a process, and engage in a committed process, and engage in a process that allows me to be obedient and have the necessary experiences that will allow me to get into a revelatory or a revelation from God. So now I'm going to use me as an example, as I did in the last two services. When I look at myself, I'm fat. I got a fat midsection, and my button is getting kind of tight. Y'all, okay, somebody going to say amen. Now, I understand that I got issues. Touch your neighbor and say, he got issues. Last night when I was at the ball, I dropped it one time and I pulled a hamstring and I had to pull it back up quick. I tried to drop it, but something caught. My wife was saying, don't do that, baby. I said, don't worry. I got something I almost got to the point where Val, I almost had to drag it and let somebody help me pick it up. So I got issues because when I looked at my stomach, I was like, man, that's the problem. But in our life, whether we are fat, whether we got issues, whether we got inconsistencies, whether we got addictions, whether we got habits, whether we got problems, failures in our life, history of abuse, or whatever the case may be, when you engage in a process and you commit to that process, things will self-correct in your life. Yeah. Okay, so let me show you. So then me and my wife, we've been talking about walking because before I had surgery in my back, we was walking a lot and I was going to the gym. And then after the surgery, I kind of fell by the wayside. But then here's the deal. If I engage in a committed process, right, and I am obedient to my instructor, my trainer, I don't have to worry about my failures and my flaws. They will self-correct. See, because the solution to my problem is not a quick fix. The solution to my problem is to engage in a committed process. And if I commit to that process, and if I obey my trainer, out of that experiences, those things that I see, like this six-pack I'm trying to get for the summer, will correct themselves. Somebody say amen, whether you believe me or not. Okay, don't let me make you stand up in here looking like a Buddha. All right, so if you engage in the process, then the process will correct the problem. And see, what we do in the church, religious people, they focus on the problem. And they allow the problem to get them out of the process. You got to stay in the process if you want to get the problem solved. You got to stay in the process. You got to stay obedient to your trainer. You got to have the experiences necessary to get that fat off you. Now, I'm talking about me, not you. Now, so here's the deal. If I want to take shortcuts, take pills, shots, come on. And you know, some people, they don't want to go through the process. So they go get surgery. I ain't talking about nobody. I don't know nobody in here, and I'm not. It ain't personal. But they go get surgery, right? And get these bands put on and get stuff cut and twisted, and then 10 years later, it's right back. I don't understand it because when they put them things on you, you're only supposed to eat 2 tablespoons of anything, and then. How you stretch the band? I mean, see, because it's not about the band. That's what I'm trying to. You see what I'm saying? It's not about a band. It's about a mindset. That if you're not willing to commit to a process, then you can't get deliverance. If you're not willing to stay committed, say stay committed. If you're not willing to stay obedient, say stay obedient, then you will never fix the problem. It will only be an up and down, sometime in, sometime out. It'll always be double. Double-minded people are unstable in all their ways. You got to have consistency and you got to have obedience. And so that's what's wrong with church people. You try stuff for a little while, but you don't stay committed. Okay, you tithe for a little while and then mad when you don't get the results you want, but you don't stay committed. Okay, you praise God for a little while, but then and after a little while, you fizzle out. You know how you come in, you excited, you love the Lord, you're going to come to Bible study, you are praying, you are worshiping, you are staying committed. But after a while, touch your neighbor and say, after a while, you quit. And when you quit, you revert back to the size or the condition, to the condition you were when you started. And you can't understand why your life is so jacked up. But if you stay committed to the process and obedient to the instructor and have the necessary experiences in your life, then you are going to come out victorious. Is somebody listening to me? You're going to come out victorious because you stayed committed, because you stayed faithful, because you employed the process and you stuck with it. Touch your neighbor and say, you got to stick with it. So the reason why we don't get the results that we want is because we want things to happen overnight. We want things to happen quick, fast, in a hurry. We want the jump start. And anybody know that if you don't stay in the process, you can't get the help you need. I don't care if it's an addiction. I don't care if it's eating. I don't care if it's relationship. I don't care what it is. If you want to get the end results, you got to stick with it. Touch your neighbor and say, stick with it. You got to stay committed and you got to obey. And when I do, guess what'll start happening? Spencer, this gut will start, and then my six-pack is in there, but it will manifest. What you laughing for back there? What you laughing? I see you laughing. Okay, laugh. I'm gonna have to laugh. But the process. And so what we're in a generation that don't want to stay committed to nothing. We want to pop a pill, get a surgery, do something to do, and get a quick fix because we don't want to go through the process. If you get in the process and stay in the process and stay committed and stay obedient and have the necessary experiences, the revelation will come. Okay, so then the greatest reward, listen to me for a few more minutes. The greatest reward we can receive is a revelation of I am. The greatest thing you can ever get from God is a revelation of I am. In the context of your own personal life. See, when our faith is engaged with revelation, the manifestation of spiritual resources appears in the natural. Y'all didn't get that because y'all be shouting right there. See, when you understand that when your faith is engaged with revelation, the manifestation of spiritual resources begin to appear in the natural. It appears because everything starts in the spirit before it is manifested in the natural. Everything you see today, everything you sitting on, everything you are experiencing right now in the natural started in the spirit. It started in the imagination. It started, something was downloaded in somebody's spirit, and they created what they saw because they had a revelation of what was necessary. That's why you're sitting on a seat. Okay. And so when you understand that you don't need stuff, because stuff, see, we keep running after stuff instead of running after revelation. Because when I go after revelation, I get the information to get the stuff. But when I go after the stuff, I don't necessarily get the revelation. And so therefore, I'm running from this thing to that thing to this thing to that thing. That's why he says, seek ye first the revelation of the kingdom, because when you understand or get a revelation of the kingdom, all these things will be added unto you. Somebody shout revelation. So without faith and revelation, we remain limited to our own ignorance, many times believing the lie and thinking it is true. So now here's the deal. Without revelation, you are limited to what you know. Touch your neighbor and say, that ain't good. Without revelation, you are limited to your limited knowledge. So if you don't have revelation of something better, if you don't have revelation of the answers you need, you are stuck where you are. And don't act like you got all of the knowledge and the revelation, because if you did, you wouldn't be in the mess you're in now. Okay. You are limited by what you think is knowledge. You know why you're limited? Because our own ignorance is our greatest enemy, along with our inability to know what to do and how to accomplish it, what is necessary to get us where we want to be. You know what our problem is? Our problem is not the problem. Our problem is we don't have the information to handle the problem. Your problem is not the problem. Your problem is you don't have the answer. See, you crying about the problem instead of seeking for the answer. You consumed by the belly instead of seeking the process that gives you the revelation of how to fix this belly. You are consumed with the problem more than you are getting the answer that will help you solve the problem. Because you, not people in here, but we think we're smart. We are a generation that worships our intelligence. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to be intelligent. It's okay to have advanced genius. It's wonderful. Get all the education you get the degrees, get smart, be intelligent. That's beautiful. But don't forget, don't worship your intelligence. At your best, you still crazy. Smart people commit suicide all the time. Touch your neighbor and say, intelligent people got cray-cray too. Matter of fact, if you look for a genius, you ain't got to look too far to find crazy. If intelligence was to be worshiped, then intelligence would have gotten us out of all the trouble that we done got ourselves into. And we got some very smart people in here right now that can't figure yourself out of a wet paper bag. You can't get the right, you so intelligent, but your relationships are jacked up. You smart, but you can't get a man. You smart, but you can't find a woman. You smart, but you can't get a good job. You smart, but you broke as Job Turkey walking backwards down a dark road at midnight. You smart, know everything, but ain't got nothing. Now, this is the paradox. How you know everything and can't fix your stuff? How is it that you deal with people that just know everything but can't fix nothing? Right now, you start talking to your kids. First thing they say, I know. Shut up. You don't know. Because if you knew, you wouldn't be doing stupid. The first, you can't even get that. You can't even get out of your, I know. Well, baby, I know. Well, baby, he ain't, I know. Well, son, I know. And the more they know, the worse they get. Because we are a society that take pride in intellect. We think because we're smart, we're all of that and a bag of chips. You think because you can Google, you are all of that. You are just Google-licious. You YouTubing, you smart. You got it going on. Listen to what Matthew 11:25 says. At the time, Jesus answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because he made sure you know who he's talking about. Because thou hast hid these things from the wise and the prudent. Now, he is not dissing intelligence. He is not dissing smart people. But what he is saying, no matter how smart you are or wise you are, if I hide my information from you, you still jack. He said, no matter how smart you are, I'll never let you live your life that your intelligence can get you what you want. I'm going to make sure you live your life. You're going to remember you need me. You're smart, but you need me. You're intelligent, but you need me. You got a high IQ, but you can't do nothing without me. Why? Because I got information you don't have. That I'm hiding from you. Now, he says, even the Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father. He said, whatever I receive, see, the intelligence, the revelation, I receive it from my Father. Right? And no man knoweth the Son but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son. And he to whomsoever he reveals him. He says you cannot know God unless he reveals himself to you. You said, Bishop, I know God. I've been saved a long time. Baby, you know about God. Just because you know about God don't mean you know God. A whole lot of folk know about God, but they don't actually know God. See, the person you sitting beside, you know things about them, don't mean you know them. Because nobody can know you unless you reveal it to them. There are people in here married. You don't know everything about the person you married to because they ain't revealed it. And they ain't psychic. Because if they were psychic, they probably wouldn't have married you. See, no matter how long you live with a person, you don't know nothing that they don't let you know. That's why people can live together for 7 years and get married and mad the whole 9th, 8th year because they are discovering things that that person is letting you know after the ringing that you didn't know before the ringing. Well, how I stayed with you 7 years, we lived in the same house, ate at the same table, and now we married, and I'm finding all this out. You didn't find out because they didn't want you to know. They didn't reveal it. There's some things you don't need to know. See, you can get the goodies, but don't know the person you're getting the goodies from. And the goodies can be good. It don't mean you know the person that got the goodies. And that's what got messed you up. Them goodies were so good. Now, he says, so understand this. No man can know God to whom God is not willing to reveal himself. There are a lot of you that know about God, but you don't know God. Why? I'm going to tell you in a minute. See, Jesus makes this profound statement that we need to really consider. He says that the intelligent and the wise had revealed to them what was not revealed to the intelligent and wise was revealed to the immature and the ignorant. Why? Because God, can I talk to you? God does not dwell in the mind. God is a spirit. He dwells in the spirit. God does not dwell in the mind of man. He dwells in the spirit of man. And through the spirit of man, man is able to change his mind. Out of your mind comes natural intelligence. Out of your spirit comes divine intelligence. So you don't understand that we celebrate intelligence. We admire those with great minds, great thinkers, philosophers, who, by the way, are pretty impressive, yet they have no sense of I am, because God hides himself from those who fail to seek after him. Jesus says, I am aware of the Father, and he is well aware of me. But no man has access to the revelation of who I am unless I tell them who I am. That's why God never categorizes himself. He says, I am that I am. Why? Because he can only be to you what he's willing to reveal he is to you. And if he doesn't reveal himself to you, you can't know him. If he decides to hide himself from you, you are still lost in your intelligence and your ignorance that cannot fix your problems. He says, I am that I am because I am to you what I will show you about myself. So he said, I am revelation. I am what I'm willing to reveal to you. I am. So you can see him no more than he was willing to show you. Okay, so can I ask you a question? Why would God reveal himself to people that don't choose to seek him? Young lady, why would you reveal all of your heart to a man does not value you enough to seek you? Why would you give your heart to somebody that can only text you? Why will you let somebody into the innermost thoughts and beings of your heart who don't think enough of you to pursue you? And guess what? You're not going to reveal everything you know and are to him until he pursues you in such a way that he convinces you he is worthy of the information. And if you do, you're stupid. I said, if you do, you're crazy. You do not spill your guts to somebody who does not pursue you and prove to you on some level that they are worthy of the most intimate thoughts and information that's in your heart. You don't make yourself vulnerable to a casual friend. You don't make yourself vulnerable to a booty call. You don't tell all your secrets to a hoe. And you don't reveal everything you know to a pimp. See, we think God is Jody, backdoor Santa. We think God does booty calls. Yeah, I said it. You think God is a booty call. Whenever you need some, just pick up the phone and call him, and he'll show up and meet all your needs. And then he go his way and you go yours, and you do whatever you want to do until the next time you need a fix. Touch your neighbor and say, God ain't no booty call. He's a relation God. See, that's what we want. We don't want to know him. We know about him, but we're not seeking to know him. It's a difference in seeking to know somebody and knowing about them. Hello, somebody. I'm not going to know you like that until I convince you that I'm worthy of knowing you. Y'all ain't going to talk to me. I'm going to hold my good stuff until you convince me you're worthy of it. Touch your neighbor and say, you're not worthy yet. I don't know you like that. Tell them, I don't know you like that. Touch your neighbor and say, there are some things you'll never know about me because I can't trust you like that. I don't know you like that. You already done told my stuff. You already done lied on me. You done already proved to me that I can't. Touch your neighbor and say, I don't know you like that. Touch your neighbor and say, praise the Lord. But I don't know you like that. So we think God is the freak. He just shows up to make us feel good. Some of y'all don't want to make no babies. You just want to feel good. You in the shower with the soap. You in the bed with toys. Ain't nothing being made. You just feeling good. And after you finish shaking and the feeling is gone. You talking about I don't need no man as long as I got my toys. I don't need no woman as long as I got my soap. See, you like stuff you ain't got to have no conversation with. You like stuff that don't cause you to be a critical thinker. You like doing stuff that make you feel good that you ain't got to think about. You ain't got to have no conversation. You ain't got to be intimate. And you done had the toy so long, when you get a real man that's talking to you, you don't want to hear what he got to say. We don't need to talk, just get it over with. Oh, I'm going to keep it real today. I'm coming down your street. I'm coming up in your address. I'm coming up in your house. Because you got to understand, God is not a playboy. He's Father God. He's Jehovah God. He's, oh, y'all ain't going to talk. He's Yahweh God. You ain't going to pimp God. And you ain't going to play God. And that's what's wrong with us. We think we can play God like we playing these men. And we think we pimping God like we pimping these women. You got to understand, God ain't going for your play game. If you don't want a real relationship, if you don't love him for real, if you don't seek him for real, if you don't worship him for real, if you don't love him for real, you ain't getting none of his stuff. You want to bounce in the church every now and then, throw up a little prayer, hit me, Lord, feel me, Lord. Oh, that didn't touch me again, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus, thank you, Lord. Oh. Come to church and get your little fix, do your little shout. You ain't got no prayer life. You ain't never in Bible study. You ain't going to talk to me. You don't lift your hands in worship. You don't open your mouth. Y'all ain't talking to me. You make excuses for everything that got anything to do with God. You inconsistent. You inconsiderate. You're not honorable. You don't love him like that. You're using him for a snack. You're using him for what you can get. And you forget the trick is on you. Why would I show you my stuff when you just want to play me? Why would I give you my best when you just trying to use me? Why would I give you my best when the only thing I can hear from you is when you want a car, when you want a house, when your husband leave you, when your money run out? Now you want to call on me, but I need somebody that's going to call me early. I need somebody that's going to wake up in the morning and say, Lord, I thank you. I need somebody and say, Lord, I love you. No matter what, Lord, I love you. No matter what the circumstance, I worship you. No matter what's going on, I love you, Lord. Shout glory in here. Grab somebody and tell him, I love him, I love him, I love him. I love him. And when I love him, I'll seek him early. When I love him, I'll praise him. When I love him, I'll serve him. When I love him, I'll obey him. When I love him, I wish I had about 10 people that really love the Lord. I wish you would lift your hands and say, Lord, I love you. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you. If I'm riding in the hoopty, I'll praise you. When my pockets are empty, I'll praise you. If my husband walk out, I'll praise you. If my wife don't cook, I love you. Sit down. Y'all got to have a miracle. Y'all got to have a car. You got to have the right man. You got to have the right woman. You got to have the right circumstance. Everything got to be going your way. Everything got to be happening the way you like it. It's got to be convenient. It's got to be on your time. It's got to be when you want to. But I heard David say, like the deer panteth after the brook, my soul panteth after thee, O Lord. I got a hunger. I got a thirst. I'm thirsty for you. I'm hungry for you. Shout glory in here. Do anybody here know about thirsty people? I know you do. I got some thirsty women in here. I got some thirsty men in here. They blowing up your cell phone. They tracking your car. They watching your house. They calling you when you don't want to hear from them. They own your job. They thirsty. Touch your neighbor and say they thirsty. You can treat them like a dog and they still giving you everything. They thirsty. Say thirsty. Have you ever seen a thirsty person? They don't care how you treat them. They just want some attention. They don't care what you do to them. They just want some attention. A thirsty woman will let you beat them. A thirsty woman will let you treat them like a dog. And they'll keep running back because they thirsty. Think about it. If you took that same thirst and gave it to Jesus. Oh, y'all not hearing me? I'm thirsty. Y'all know, anybody in here ever been thirsty? Don't lie. I got some people in here that's been thirsty. She hang up the phone, you call her back. He blocked you, you get a new number. You keep on calling, hoping that after a while he gonna pay you some attention. Well, guess what? I'm gonna call him. Even when it don't feel like he answer. I'm gonna seek him. Even when it don't feel like he paying me no attention. I'm gonna praise him. Even when it don't look like he hear my praise. Even when it feel like he's ignoring me. I'm gonna let him hear my voice. Lord, I want you. Lord, I need you. Lord. Touch your neighbor, that's your problem. Tell him, that's your problem. You ain't thirsty yet. If you was thirsty over God like you over some of these people, you'd be blessed by now. If you was thirsty over God the way you over a man, you'd already have what you need. So, let me get back. Excuse me. But why would I reveal myself to you when you plan me. See, you can't play God. He know when you're playing him. He know when you're just showing up to get what you want. He know when you're just showing up when things get hard. I had a person, every time their wife threatened to put them out, here they come. She gonna leave me. Oh, I'm ready to straighten up. I'm ready to get back in church. Oh, Lord, she gonna leave me, Bishop. You could tell when they made up. You could tell when they went and got it on. You can tell when the juice got back in it. You could tell when he was back on top. You could tell when she was letting him in the room. You could tell because you don't see him no more. See, that's the way y'all play God. See, you cry to him when you want something, when you got an itch that need to be scratched, when you got a problem that need to be solved. Lord, if you do this for me, oh, I'm going to serve you. Lord, if you do this for me. God, if you just get me out of this. Then we run to the altar. You got to even lay hands on it. And soon as things start, soon as they get the job, soon as they get what they thought they wanted, all of a sudden, you know I'm telling the truth. You can't find them no more. Some of y'all, when you was broke as a joke, you stayed at the altar with snot running out your nose, head all tore up. One bow going that way, two going that way, lips all frail and dried up, all crusty looking. Jesus, 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 help Jesus. I need you, Jesus. Lord. As soon as you got that little job, got some lip gloss, you can go buy you a little weave. You can afford a pack of weave from the Korean store. As soon as you could go get some shoes for pay less. All of a sudden, you come into prayer. Oh. You know. Praise the Lord. I'm a little busy. Hear what I'm saying to you. You ain't playing God. Because you don't understand. The glue in that weave gonna come out. You don't understand. All that mess gonna fade away. You don't understand there's only one that's the same yesterday and today and forevermore. There's only one that's going to be with you when nobody else going to be there. There's only one that's going to bless you when everybody else is trying to curse you. There's only one that's going to love you when you're unlovable. Okay, I'm excited. Hold on. Help me get back down. Play some funeral music. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, watch this. Now, let me talk to you for a minute. I got some real important things to say to you. Listen, I got a little excited because I should have been finished by now. But I even didn't study as much as I used to because I already was giving you too much. But guess what? Let's go. Now watch this. Watch this now. Now, why would God This is the question I want you to go home with. Why would God unveil himself, show his nakedness, show his innermost revelations and beings to you if you don't choose to seek him? You choose not to cooperate with any process that he's put in place to bless your life. You choose not even to attempt to obey his instructions. It's not that you're jacked up. You ain't even trying. It's not that the kid don't have the greatest IQ. The teacher is upset because he ain't even putting forth the effort. It's not that you're a D student. It's not that you're not giving your best to be the D student. Y'all ain't hearing me. It's not that you make average grades. It's that you ain't giving your best to be average. You expect God to give you everything when you are so arrogant and so selfish that you won't give him hardly anything he asks from you, and complain about every little thing he asked of you. This is why he says, those of you who are under the heavy burden of sin and life, the first thing you have to do is come to me. Can I tell you something shocking? He is not looking for you anymore. Why, Bishop? He came down here 2,000 years ago looking for you. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth shall not perish, but have everlasting life. He came to seek that which would be saved. If any man call upon the name of the Lord, he shall be saved. He is saying now, your turn to seek me. And if you are honest, if your life is tough, if you mad, angry, bitter, if you got areas of your life that are just all to pieces, just stop talking about it and start being honest with yourself. You ain't seeking him. He says, now watch this. Those of you who are under heavy burden of sin and life, the first thing you have to do is come to me. Seek me and show sincere interest. Yeah. Right? Lady, if the man wants you, shouldn't he come get you, seek you, and show genuine interest in you? So here we go. So he said, y'all ready for this? He says that my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So why is the Christians and the non-Christians alike walking around so heavy and burdened? Serving God is, it's going to pay off one day. This is a hard way. It's only hard because you don't have the information you need to make it easy. Because the information you need to make it easy is not going to be given to you as long as you plan me. He said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. Not learn about me, learn me. Because when you learn me, everything that's hard gonna turn easy. It's not that it's any lighter, it's just you know how to manage it better. When you learn me, what you thought was grievous becomes not so grievous. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. So that means if you're walking around talking about you saved and grieved and hurt and bound and messed up and distraught, you carrying somebody else's yoke. You ain't carrying his. See, changing the tire on a car is only hard to people who don't know how. Moving the boulder across the street is only difficult for ignorant people that don't have the information they need to move it. Once you learn what a crowbar is, once you learn what leverage is, once you know how to use the laws that are available to you to move that rock, that boulder, it is no longer hard to move anymore because you have information that other people don't have. Your marriage is not hard, you just don't possess the information and the tools to make it work. Because you're trying to make your spouse God instead of making God God. If he leave me, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's because you ain't got no relationship with God. I love this woman to pieces. I bite her neck right now. But if she ever decides she got to go, me and Jesus going on. Ain't gonna be no, I'm gonna jump off a cliff. Baby, I breathe you. I can't live without you. When I thought you was gone, my heart stopped beating. The devil is a lie. The only person gonna make my heart stop beating is the one that started the beating. Baby, if you didn't give me the heartbeat, you can't take the heartbeat. I'm sorry, you cannot take the place of my God. That's what's wrong with you. If you give more time with God, he's straightened out. You so busy trying to straighten him out, he ain't gonna straighten out. There ain't but one person can get them to straighten out. It's the one you avoiding. Maybe you ought to leave him alone and go seek the one that can really help you instead of running down behind somebody you can't fix in the first place. Can I preach up in here? I couldn't go to Bible study last night because I had to stay home and make sure his porridge was warm. And then you stayed home and made his porridge warm, and he still mean as the devil. You can't do nothing to please some of these people. So you better please God. I'm preaching good. Now I'm going to close upon this. He says, when you learn of me, everything that was a struggle going to become easy. When you learn of me, what was hard is going to become easy. Because I'm going to reveal to you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it and make it easy. I'm going to show you how to make it easy. I'm going to show you so what used to be so heavy, it was killing you, now you can handle it like Superwoman, Superman, because I showed you, I revealed to you how to do it. Matthew 11:28, and we get ready to pray. I'm going to read it from the Message Bible because I think it says something very powerful. Are y'all listening? Are y'all listening? I said, are you listening? Are you paying attention? All right. Now, verse 28 says it like this in the Message Bible. Are you tired? Worn out? Burned out on religion? You can say, yeah. He says, listen, come to me. Get away with me. You always talk about getting away with your man, getting away with your woman, getting away with your girls, getting away with your boys. Get away with me. When is the last time you got away with him? Last time you went on a 3-day cruise with him. He says, get away with me and and you'll recover your life. I love I'll show you how to really take a good rest. Because you ain't got no rest in your life. Your mind is in turmoil. Your soul is in turmoil. Your relationship is in turmoil. Your money is in. But he said, come along with me. If you come to me, he said, if you come with me, I love this, Jasanta. He said, if you come to me, I'll show you how to really rest. I'll show you how to rest in the midst of a storm. I'll show you how to rest in the middle of a turbulent situation. I'll show you how to sleep like a baby while hell is breaking loose. He says, walk with me. Work with me. Watch how I do it. He said, if you hang out with me a little bit, y'all, if you stop running to everywhere else, if you stop running to and fro, if you stop running through relationships, if you stop running from club to club, if you stop running being busy shopping, if you stop running here, there, and everywhere, if you just walk with me, hang out with me, I'll show you how I do it. God, I love that. Lord, I don't know how to do it, but if I hang out with you, you'll show me how to do it. So, Lord, I want to walk with you, and I want to hang out with you, and I want you to show me how you do this thing. I want you to show me how faith works. I want you to show me how your power works. I want you to show me how to use them keys that whatsoever I bind on earth is bound in heaven. I want you to show me how to use them keys that whatever I loose on earth is loosed. I wanted to know how to work this thing. I need power in my life. I need something greater in my life. I need victory in my life. But in order to get it, I got to hang out. With him, and he says, watch me show you how to do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of my grace, and I won't lay anything on you too heavy that you can't handle. Oh, y'all ain't get it. He says, are you hearing me? He says, your problem is you are limited because I am withholding my secrets from you because you won't hang out with me. Okay, I'm closing. Have you ever seen anybody just know everything? You ever met a teacher like that? Just know everything, right? They green, but they know everything. Now, you've been in it for years. You're an expert, right? Y'all are experts in the school system, and you get this little jitterbug come up in there. And you trying to tell them, let me help you. But they got it. They've been to school. They got their degree. They think they're smart. You know, they got the little tight dress on. They're cute. They're smelling good. Hi. So watch what you're going to do now. I'm closing. I promise you. Please forgive me. But here's what you're going to do. The worst thing you could do to them is this. You know what God is doing with some of y'all? Lord, I'm dying. I can't pay my bill. I can't get good relations. You know why he's doing that? Because you know it all. And the best thing you can do for people that know it all is be quiet. Let them tear their britches. Let them fall apart. Let them fail beneath failure. Let them just get in so much trouble they can't get. And guess what's going to happen sooner or later? Ms. Ross, would you please help me? Now she's ready to get in there and listen. Right? See, let me help you brothers out. I love my wife. She's a good wife. And sometimes, I've been in this for 33 years. Right? She loves Jesus. She's intelligent. She knows the Lord. She has experience with God. But some things I try to tell her. She can't see it. She can't see it. Nothing wrong with that. All of us have been there. I've been there a couple of times, believe it or not. It's hard to believe, ain't it? So I talked to her. She said, oh, yeah, so. That's okay. Here's what I do. I do like God. I shut my mouth. I'm cool like God. See, if you hang out with him, you'll be cool like me. And so I go sit down, lay back. It may take a week, may take a month, may take a year. See, y'all be around there beating your chest. Girl, I said, you don't listen to me. That's because you ain't got it yet. You ain't on God's status yet. See, the most powerful thing you can do is shut your mouth. Sooner or later, here she comes. Now here she go. Baby, I was praying, and the Lord spoke to me. And you know what the Lord told me sound like something you said. I said, well, praise the Lord, baby, we got it. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. Sometimes you got to shut your mouth. And that's what God does with us. When we get to the place where we know it all, we're going to pray when we want to, do what we're going to do, obey when we want to, be committed when we want to. God just say, okay, I'm stepping back. I'm done. Go ahead. And he let you crap all over yourself. You got poop in your pants, your toe up, your mind messed up, and finally you decide, you do like the prodigal son. I'm coming to myself, I'm getting up, and I'm going to go back and do what I should have done in the first place. Everybody standing, I'm done. I done gone too long this morning, I'm done. I done gone too long. Everybody standing. Listen, real quick, listen. Listen to what I said today. The first thing he understood that Jesus already came looking for you. It's your turn to look for him. If you in this room today, God has already found you. It's your time to come to him. He said, come unto me, all ye that are heavy laden. Take my yoke upon you. Take my yoke upon you. My burden is light. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. Come and learn of me, and I'll show you how to get this done. Today, I'm calling on people in this room that heard me preach today, and you know, don't be prideful. Don't be arrogant. Don't be too smart that it's going to hurt you. Don't think that you're too intelligent to figure it out yourself. Just say uncle today. And I just want you to acknowledge that it's time for you to come unto him. Because you can't do this the way you do it. It'll never work. Let me tell you something. As a pastor, as a man, one of the greatest revelations I got is to know that I know. I can't do this without him. I can't have success without him. I've failed too many times. I know how to mess it up. I've messed it up too many times. I've destroyed it too many times. I blew it too many times. And God just had to be quiet until I got myself together and decided I'm going to do it his way and get in line with him and seek him and learn of him so he could show me how to do it the right way. You in this room?